Hey guys, this is GameCal. Welcome back to Touhou, the Genius of Sapphires. Last time we did what we needed to in terms of getting all the items and clearing out enemies in Ante. We didn't clear all of them out because I kinda determined it was pointless to do so, because we'd already gotten most of the items that I wanted from said enemies, and those that we didn't we can probably get in the next part anyway. And yeah, I just didn't really see the point in leveling up any further with stuff because I didn't need it at the time. I intend to off-screen some more, try and get some more sunflower seeds when we're done with this stage, so that I can make a couple of items that I think will be as good as essential for actually, you know, progressing too much further in. They're not really essential, but like, they're integral to my strategies, let's put it that way. So I need to do that anyhow, so we shall do that later. But for now we have two teams going up against individual bosses. So yeah, the multi-boss thing still kind of, or the multi-team thing still extends to the boss part for this as well. They don't meet up for that. So I have made two separate teams here, and I've just realized in the pre-production I forgot to change my pictures. Heck yeah, so post-editing will have all the picture changes, which is great. So you guys don't even see what I'm talking about here, but basically my version of the video doesn't have any changed pictures yet, but I don't care, we're going on anyway. So Team A is comprised of these fine girls here. So basically we changed out Alice and who did we change out? Reimu for Aya and Sanae. And no, I am not crazy in actually using Aya for a boss fight. There is a specific reason for it that we shall see later. So this is Team A, and Team A has basically similar stuff to before, just with a couple of upgrades to some of the items here, like the cushion instead of the Haruroken, because some strike resistance I think is useful here. I don't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure the boss here like uses strike attacks, so there's that. And then protective choke at 2 instead of 1, because 20 defense is better than 10. Sanae has Fist Fight Mastery because, again, I think Strike is the important one here. I don't think Instant Death matters too much, and so there is that, but the Untouchable Goggles should hopefully matter, because I'm using Kappa Camouflage as the formation too, so the evasion buff is appreciated. Plus, then you have the Marmot Eater for the weapon, because it has a Slayer against beasts, which again I think is something that could play a part here. It probably won't, because Sanae will likely not be attacking very often, but on the off chance that she does, having a Slayer never hurts. Aya, again, also won't be attacking too often, especially not with that 85 accuracy. I could probably stand to put a more accurate weapon on her, but she won't really be doing too much attacking wise, I don't think. She has slash resistance for no reason whatsoever. I don't even know why I've put that on her, but I can't think of anything else I would want to put on her right now. So there you go, she's just gonna keep that, I suppose. Otherwise, some evasion stuff, so she has a good amount of evade, and that is that. Patchouli has the Bracelet of Insight 2 for more power, because she doesn't need to be light resistant in this fight, I believe. So there's that. I might be wrong and I might regret this, but I'm pretty sure she doesn't need light resistance, so we're going with more power instead, because freaking power, man. And then Nitori has extra power too with the Rage Choker and the Headshot Goggles. The Heatwave Amulet isn't actually needed either, and I think I'm actually going to go ahead and quickly change that to the Shower Amulet, because whilst I don't need the water resistance, I also don't need fire resistance at all, and I'm going to be focusing more on water than on fire in this fight, so water enhance is probably the more appropriate thing to use. Then we have Party 2's equipment, where we have Reimu using Spear Mastery, because I think Stab in the second boss fight is actually what happens, so there's that. Then some Resistance and Disable Res, so Yeah, resistance is a bit more important for the second party, I think, so you can probably tell who is fighting who at this point. Sakuya now has headshot goggles too for even more accuracy. She has a pretty solid amount at this point, especially because her growth trees have given her some extra accuracy too. And then just usual strength and MP for those usual stuffs. Alice, I actually didn't change Alice's armor yet. Alice needs to be using the Lunar Mail because it is more defensive than the Aluminium Mail. So yeah, kind of forgot about that, but otherwise, just general stuff here. She has some mind control resistance, and the blindness I don't think matters too much, but I don't really have anything I want to replace that with, so we're sticking with it anyway. And she does have, of course, her resistance up with this. I think actually I could upgrade that though. Except I can't because I must have put that on somebody else. Okay, that is fine. Did I put it... Where did I put it otherwise? Or maybe we haven't... No, we have got it yet. I just put it on Reimu instead. Maybe it would be better on Alice. I'm just gonna stick with what I have, I think, though. I think it's okay. Nitori running maximum poison-based induction here, 73 induction, and she's got the 20 extra points from her growth tree stuff too for permanent status. Yeah, Sanae, Satori's... Can't believe I got that wrong. Satori's gonna be poison induction Ho here because, yeah. And no, I don't mean Ho as in that, I mean capitalism Ho style. Yes, the HO one. And then Yomu is going to basically have the same stuff as usual except for red eyes because berserk resistance. Yeah, so again you can probably tell who we're fighting here. And then Mokou is actually going to be commander for Team B rather than Team A this time because I think Team A can kind of handle themselves with access to Sanae. So, just in case somebody dies in Team B, like Alice, maybe, if she gets, like, targeted down with everything. That's how it's going to be. And then Poison Shield is going to be the formation for Team B, because Poison Shield plus Alice is insanely good, basically. One of the best formations you could have in the entire game. So then we have Marisa's skills. They're pretty much the usual boss skills I have, nothing really to talk about there. Sanae has Wind of Prayers because magic is more important than physical for this fight, so Nitori's going to have to kind of do without, but I think that's okay because she'll get land benefits and all of that stuff. And really Marisa Patchouli should just run the show regardless. Miracle of Dispel seems a bit weird, but do remember that you can target enemies with this too. So if the boss decides to buff their own stats, then I can dispel them with this, in theory. It doesn't always work, but it often does, and it would be nice if I could get that to dispel, so that's what we're going to do. For Aya, the big draw behind using Aya in this fight is this skill here, Wind God Treely's Camouflage. So this increases the evasion rate for allies on the turn that it is used. It's a bit expensive considering it does take the bomb and all of that as well, but this is basically what I have it for. And then Tengu's support as well if I need to use that. Again, Aya's accuracy is really terrible at this point, to the point where I would probably want to have a different weapon on. And I might take a look at that real quick once we're done with this, because I don't want it to miss every hit, so yeah. Patchouli, we're going to focus on water during this fight, because Patchouli's got a good single target move for that. Remember, she has no cooldowns because of the Magic Tree, Magic Mastery, so she has cooldowns -2 in that. And that means she can use this every turn, and if I focus on one element, then Nitori gets a lot more powerful too. And Nitori's strongest attacks are in the water element, and we're only fighting one enemy. So it makes sense to use the water typing here. So that is what we're going to focus on. So that's why Patchouli's got Arctic Chill to raise water power, Active Elemental to further raise water power, and all of that fun stuff. Then we get to Reimu, who's using most of the same stuff that she's used throughout the whole stage, except a Foeder of Dispelling, just in case any debuffs happen. I don't think they will, but I don't need any of her other skills here, because her other skills would basically boil down to Hakurei Amulet, which is weaker than Sealing Needle, or a bomb skill like Fancy Seal Concentrate, which would clash with my other stuff and wouldn't be as powerful because she's defensively raised. So yeah, we have the status prevention and all of that fun stuff. Sarkia, much the same as always, except instead of the pretty useless power direction, we have Private Square just in case things go south. Probably not going to use it, but on the off chance that things start going haywire, then maybe if she gets her last word, then I could Sarkia up and then Private Square and go from there. Alice, same as always, don't really need to worry too much about her. Satori is mostly going to be using Energy Drain or Poison Art. Beyond that, she has a lot of debuff skills, but I don't think they land very often here. She just doesn't have any other skills that are useful. So, they're filler slots, and I figured I may as well try them. You never know, maybe Collapse Art would work and physical attack could get reduced and happy days would be had. Who knows, it's worth trying. So yeah. Then Yomu, because it's a boss and again single target and all of that fun stuff. Manusa is the stance to run with, so that is why we are running with that. There's no point in me putting the last spell on because she only has 4 bombs, so she doesn't have enough bombs to use the last spell at the moment. She has the MP, just not the bomb stock. Growth wise, Marissa pretty much the same as I usually have for bosses. She has only 7 points in the laser tree because I'm not using any love sign spells and I'm not using any laser spells either, so because Master Sparks are Master Spark type, not laser or love sign, so 10 points is useless, and those points can go to Master Spark power and giving me cooldowns and stuff like that, which is more fun. So yeah. Sanae's running her usual 10 miracle. I could probably get away with reducing this by 5 points and then probably taking the 1 point, the spare point I had from yoga hunting, and actually put it into miracle instead. But because I don't have a party heal this time, it's kind of pointless. It's not really too needed to have the recovery strength up that high, so don't really need that. Then Aya, I've taken all of her accuracy stuff away, which is why she's so terrible with that just now, and instead we have reduced MP costs because her attacks are very expensive otherwise. This will halve the amount of MP that she takes to use her spell card and Tengu reporting or whatever the change place one is. So that's very powerful. That's what she's going to be doing most of the time anyway. And then the rest of her skills are dedicated to her perfect dodge and evasion. 20 evade just to make sure she dodges more attacks, and that is what she does best. Patchouli, the extra points that she had went into Spirit Magic for spellcard damage, which is utterly pointless to be honest. There isn't really anywhere else I can put them. I guess I could put them to Intelligence. So we'll do that just to get a little bit more magic attack power out, because really spellcard damage plus 15% is completely worthless in this fight. I would love to get 10 points in here, but that would mean cutting something else which is more important, like the big magic attack power here, or my cooldowns, so I don't have the power yet to get to 10 points here. When I do though, that would be nice, but yeah. Nitori, I've changed a little bit around here because I don't think her chaser stuff is quite as important, and the extra bomb that I get from the invention tree is quite nice. So I took, what was it, 6 points away from here? Yeah, because I had 13 before, so I took 6 away from here. I had some extra power levels anyway, so I was able to get 8 extra points, and rather than put them into the gun tree, because I don't really see me using... Calculated Barrage is a terrible attack, it never actually does 4 hits, and yeah, it just doesn't do 4 hits, it's a bad move. So instead I just didn't really have anywhere else to put this points, so as terrible as this tree is, it's better than nothing right now. Because her chaser stuff I probably won't even be using in this fight. I'm mostly going to be using her spell cards and stuff like that, so yeah, this is the best place for me to put stuff. Now Reimu, same as before, she had 2 extra power levels from the stage, so they went into her concentration tree. so that she got extra status recovery, and that is basically it. Sakuya only had one extra level, so that went into accuracy. Nothing really special going on here. I'm still using Full Moon Revenge, using it a lot more than I used to, so you know, there is that, but I have a lot of accuracy at the moment, so the accuracy penalty isn't quite as bad. What did Alice have? Alice had an extra 2 power levels, so she gets some more physical defense, because she totally needs more of that, right? But it's the best place that I could put the points, I believe, so yeah, because I mean I could put them here for the 5 resistance, but I think 15 physical defense is better for this fight. Satori had an extra point, only a single point though, so it was kind of worthless putting it anywhere else. If I had 2 points I put it here, but I didn't, so I just put it to dexterity for a little bit of extra induction. And Yomu looks a little strange here, but there is a solid reason for this. Even though we're not using Azura as a stance, we're using Manusa, mind control resistance is still good, and the physical attack plus 10 is good too. Disable resistance would have been great, and I would have loved to have had one more power level with Yomu, so I could have had both of these trees at level 3. But I feel like she'll be okay with the disable stuff, because that's easier to get around than the mind control. So yeah, but she still has 2 points here because the stance buff and accuracy increase is quite nice. So that is basically Yomu in a nutshell, and Mokou can't get anything else relevant as a commander, so that doesn't matter too much. So, with that said, when you are ready to leave the stage, or enter the boss fight, you basically go up to the top of here, and the goal has been reached, so the other party must do their thing, and basically whichever party you go into the door with first will fight their boss first. So yeah, a cute little dance indeed. Tei's expression stuff is so nice in this game, as are just about everybody else's. Ooh, a bamboo flower. You don't see them every day. Something good is indeed gonna happen. Don't know about that though. So yeah, this is the team that we have here. Something bad's gonna happen instead now. Just a note on the text for these things. The text is fixed. Doesn't matter which character you're using, the text is there the same regardless. So yeah, we're not that free. We've got business. I don't know if that's a typo or if it's a restriction with the locale and stuff, but oh right, yeah, she's supposed to be on guard duty, so indeed we will be dealt with. I don't know, it is, I mean 5 people is a pretty difficult thing to do, but apparently she's feeling lucky, so let's just see, Oh, that fortune, they're gonna blow it all away, oh man. And she has the gigantic ass mallet, so yeah, we're gonna taste the fortune of Tei. So, Tei has 10,000 HP, and both of them have 10,000 HP. This actually looks that up just to be sure on my previous save file and stuff. She has no weaknesses and a slight resistance to dark. Raisin has the same but light instead of dark. That's going to be a theme for Tei actually as a whole. Tei's battle plan is to use really high power but really low accuracy moves, and to basically try and one-shot you with super high power but terrible accuracy stuff. And I didn't change the weapon on Aya here, so she's probably not going to be doing very much in terms of damage here, but that is okay. What do I want to do? Sanae's buff is gonna go first anyway, so I guess Aya doesn't really have too much to do this turn. I could use Illusionary Dominance, but then that takes up one of her bombs for the for this, and if Tei decides to bomb charge turn 1, that could be very bad. So I'm just gonna basic attack with her. We shall change to water with Nitori. We shall go with a agility buff first, I think, for the evasion. And we'll just start going with a little bit of power there to chill as well, because why not? So yeah, not a whole lot of damage coming out first turn, but yeah, Death Bite is a thing, but evasion is also a thing. So yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Tay does have... that's a spell enhanced one though, right? I thought a store power was the physical one, but I guess concentrate here is just using spell. So we're going to use the camouflage here, raise our evasion. And we're just gonna go full on sort of firepower here, I think. Just do as much damage as we can. Yeah, we'll just attack with this one here. So the camouflage should let us evade here. And hopefully nobody dies because of that. And indeed, nobody dies. So this move here does a stupid amount of damage, but it also has really, really low accuracy. And with Aya raising my evasion for the turn, plus the evasion buff that I have on already, she isn't going to hit very often. That doesn't mean she's never going to hit, but she isn't going to hit us all too often. So that is a powerful thing in its own right. This has a 1 turn cooldown, this also has a 1 turn cooldown, so we can just rotate between Pororoka Slash and Zero Kelvin Buster until we run out of bombs, and that is a good thing. So I think I'm just going to buff resistance here just to be sure. I don't remember if she has any status conditions. You might have some variety status, so we'll just do that. And water is really heavily favored anyway, so we'll just go ahead and we'll just use the Falchion here. We don't actually need to use what's it called? We don't need to use active elemental for that stuff, so that is good. Yeah, Aya doesn't really have a whole lot to do after the first until she basically does a thing, but that's fine. We'll just make sure that we have our active members doing stuff, and we have all of our buffs in place. There's no like buff on Tay herself, so we'll just go ahead and attack outright with the Marmotita here. Yeah, Tay is a beast type, so she will get Slayer effect on this, which is quite nice. And that 1000 damage from one attack though is, yeah, basically Tay doesn't really get to do a whole lot when you focus this. She does have a status effect, okay. Lullaby would have put us to sleep, but we have resistance buff, so it's okay. Doesn't really need. Yeah, we don't really need to do anything too fancy here. We just need to attack and take her down. So yeah, I wasn't really going to be too useful elsewhere. She's a good commander, but I felt like the accuracy buff was better here. Not the accuracy, the evasion buff. And really, that's this fight in a nutshell. Tay tries to do some crazy stuff, but you can take her down pretty easily without having to worry too much about anything. And yeah, should be noted that I didn't use the bubble spell from Patchouli because it's weaker than her Falchion in terms of stuff. It's like medium damage because it's supposed to be a target all, so it doesn't do as much damage as the regular attack. And as you see, we really didn't get any power from this, so this boss fight is literally an indicator that this is a mini boss rather than, you know, for the grand scheme of the stage, rather than a full-on boss. So we are not done with Aente after this. Yeah, plans aren't bad, but you lost because your power is very lucky for everybody else as well. But so yeah, basically we blew away Tay there, no problem. However, you do have to win both boss fights in a row in order to succeed at this here. So if we lost to Raisin now, we would have to fight Tay again. That's That's how it works. Which is another reason why you don't get like 500 power, because then you would be able to power grind. And yeah. Did we enjoy the hallucinations? Not really. But whatever. This would be the correct route. Well, I don't think there is a correct or incorrect route here. But apparently, yes, this is the right path. So the other group is... well, I don't know. We didn't really have too many issues there. But yes, we now have to deal with Raisin's Mokou. Suppositories aren't anything to be worried about. Yeah, we're gonna force our way through anyway, though. They're not suppositories. They totally are. But yeah, we are going to fight against Raisin's illusions. So let's go. Second boss fight with Raisin. So Raisin, as you would expect, does status effects a lot. She has mind control and yeah, apparently she can inflict sleep as well. So that's kind of a thing. I'm going to actually just protect everyone from status conditions turn 1, because I don't remember exactly how this fight goes, and I don't want to get hit by that when I'm trying to set other stuff up. Apparently Raisin can be poisoned though. I don't believe I did this ever before, but from my own reading, Raisin can apparently get afflicted by poison, but supposedly the chance is not like super high. So even with all of my induction buffing and stuff, yeah, she didn't really say much in that. And there's a spell card coming out, so I probably should have saved my stuff there actually, but oh well. We're going to just use Manipulate Puppet then, and sure, we'll use the Fuda in preparation just in case people get hit by nasty stuff here. And I don't think Satori's actual debuffs are gonna land too much, but we're gonna try them anyway because again, nothing really to lose here. And let's just see. There's a crit for 1100 damage. Good, a double cast as well. Very nice. Good going, Yomu. Now this is the difficult attack. If this actually does a lot, which it does, Berserk is pretty nasty. So what Berserk does is and it managed to inflict on everyone too. Berserk means that you cannot actually... Can I show you here? Yeah, you basically just perform your regular attack, and it also cuts your defense and evasion down. So that's obviously quite bad, especially because Reimu got hit by it too. If a physical attack gets used, then it on the character, then it has a chance of removing the status. But yeah, this is why I put the thing on Yomu here. It's not all bad because we do still get basic attacks off, and Alice is now, removed. The Berserk is now removed from Alice, so that's really good. Also from Sakuya too, it's pretty nice. Who else? What's the duration here? 2 turns and 2 turns. Okay, that's not too bad. Reimu does have a chance of curing that status next turn because of her growth tree stuff as well, so that's nice. But yeah, we can just keep on attacking now, and it's not really too big a deal. So for the first few turns, or every second turn here, I can use Slash of the Present until I run out of bombs. It doesn't do so much if I don't get a crit though, that's a problem. Illusion Seeker, I don't actually remember what it does. I think it has a... It has something to do with a Slayer effect, I think, against those who have got status conditions on them, but I don't remember how it works exactly, so yeah, I mean, I don't think I've ever really been hit by it too hard, so this Lunatic Red Eye's coming again, and Berserk does get inflicted on a couple of my characters, which is annoying. Last Word gets charged, it won't really do anything here, so I'm not going to bother. Ooh, the physical defense down though, that's going to help. Especially now Reimu is not afflicted by that anymore. So, the Fuda of Healing should heal the Berserk here. Let me just see how many turns... Yeah, this is supposed to be a free turn one this time, so I guess Sakuya just didn't get hit by it this hard last time for some reason. We'll just Slash of the Present, and... Ouch! Yeah, that does a lot of damage if you hit when you have a status condition. That's how that attack works. Whoa, the double crit cast is so good though. Yomu, this is what Yomu's strength is. This is where Yomu is really good. Like, double crit with everything there. Yomu basically has just destroyed this boss for us. Like, she is the real damage dealer here. I'm just gonna killing doll with this as well, actually. Not really too much to do here. I suppose we can collapse out, or actually better yet, we can just energy drain so I can get my HP back. And with the crit doing almost 800 damage, really good. Not really much damage coming out of that. Okay, Alice didn't take as much from that as I thought she might, so that's good. And there is the concentrate, so Lunatic Red Eyes is easy enough to avoid if you use Reimu and her tree, stuff here. It's just I thought that she was gonna do a bigger cast in the first turn, so that's why I did what I did. Wasn't a good idea, but it doesn't matter in the end. Slash of the Present should just win this for us here anyway. But we've got to face the Lunatic Red Eyes first. Doesn't matter this time because we did negate the status conditions, and that crit once again for all the damage. Yomu is good. Yomu is really freaking good. She just wrecks bosses, no problem. I don't remember if we got this level up last time or not. I have a feeling we did, but my save file showed that I didn't, so whatever. But yeah, that is the stage done, pretty much. Raisin and Te are both down, and we shall be indeed making our way on through. So if the hallucination won't end, then we can't proceed, right? But Sakuya has felt to the barrier trembling. So yeah, we have a way out now because we beat. Is it because we beat that moon rabbit up? Maybe. Yep. So basically we're gonna have to go through the hole in the barrier, and we now have Raisin's formation, Red Pupil. So, welcome to the second edition of Weird Music in the game. This one's really cool though, I like this music a lot. So yeah, we have the entire gang reconvened, and both of us were perfectly fine. Not really any issues in that. Like, Tay didn't get a single attack to land because we had evasion buffs and her attacks just aren't very accurate. Yeah. So we got attacked by Tay, other team got attacked there, so yeah, very, very suspicious, and definitely trying to take it seriously that, they had their best powers come out of this both at the time. But what if that happens again, A little bit typoing, stuff there, but yeah, some spacing issues with this stuff. The translation patches are never perfect, obviously. It's typos are always going to exist, but yeah, we only have Kaguya and Eren left to deal with, so that is good. And so that we can get back to the previous stage, because this is actually a new stage now. We're in stage 10, so yeah, now that we can go back, we go back to the very beginning cure, and this is our ticket to getting to the start of stage 10. So with that done, I think before I go any further, I am, like I said, going to try and get some sunflower seeds so that I can make some of the tier 3 weapons and stuff like that. In particular, I want to take Nitori to the next level that way. But here should be a demonstration that, well, you can get stuff when you join with Mokou, so if you haven't come out of stage 9 yet, then that's fine. We can get some recipes pertaining to her, so that's her tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 gloves, as well as her tier 1 armor, but you don't get to get anything by beating the rabbits up. You will only get more stuff by beating Kaguya and Eren, so yeah. But if you've gotten Mokou and you haven't gotten Byakuran yet, you do get a little bit of a hint about Byakuran. So yeah, she's getting ready to resolve the incident, but we need to ask her basically for assistance, and then we saw before that she is not around, so yeah, you have to wait a physical game real hour for that. Also, you cannot ever go here. This used to not be translated when I originally had played the game. It wasn't in the 2.06 translation patch or something, but it got patched in later, so yeah, please don't go there. Also, Aku actually turns around when you do that too. And there's no significance behind that window being open, by the way. It's, if you've ever wondered about that, it's just an open window, like my window is currently open too. So, this has been Gamer playing the Genius of Sapphires, and next time we go ahead and explore deeper into Ante and take on Kaku and Eren. Eventually. Not for a little while, but eventually we will. So yeah. See you guys next time.